You have specific duties to consider the risks from Legionella that may affect your employees and others, such as members of the public, who may be affected by that risk. These duties are explained in the Health and Safety Commission approved Code of Practice and Guidance on the control of Legionella bacteria in water systems. The first thing that you need to do is to look at your workplace and ask yourself if there are conditions which would allow Legionella to grow and multiply. For example, is the water temperature between 20 and 45 degrees centigrade? Is there a source of nutrients? Are there areas where water can stagnate? Can your water system produce water droplets or aerosols which will spread over a wide area? And can people come into contact with these droplets or aerosols and inhale them? Not all systems will need an elaborate assessment. A simple assessment may show risk is low, in which case you need take no further action except to record that an assessment has been carried out. If you do identify risks, you then need to draw up a scheme for preventing or controlling them. Your scheme should have an up-to-date schematic drawing of the system. This should include all pipework and associated plant. The most important point to remember is that the schematic is truly representative of the system in use, so it can be used to help the assessment. The details of who carried out the assessment and who is responsible for managing the control scheme. This person is referred to as the responsible person, and they must have sufficient authority, competence and knowledge to make sure the control scheme is managed effectively. A description of safe and correct operation of your system. The details of how risks from Legionella are to be controlled. For example, what water treatment regime you will be using, or how you intend to control release of water droplets. The checks that you will make on control regimes and how often these will be carried out.
You may decide to carry out the water treatment yourself, or you might employ a contractor to carry out the work on your behalf. If you do use a contractor, you must make sure that they are competent to do the work and that they understand exactly what responsibilities they are taking on for your system. One means of checking on levels of service is to use a contractor who is a member of the Code of Conduct Association.
The Code of Conduct is a voluntary code of conduct for service providers associated with the control of Legionella. In practice, that will be people who provide consultancy and risk assessment services, who provide contract maintenance and facilities management services, water treatment companies, those who carry out disinfection and cleaning services, and manufacturers and maintainers of cooling towers, among others. Subscribers to the code are required to meet certain critical key service commitments. It's also intended as a tool that can be used by owners and occupiers of premises. First of all, it will tell them the level of service that they should expect from a registered company. And also, it's a tool they can use when vetting prospective suppliers.
Experience has shown that there are two main risk systems: cooling towers and hot and cold water services. Because of known hazards associated with these systems, you need to maintain and operate them under conditions which prevent or control the growth, multiplication and dissemination of Legionella bacteria.